it is a real thing. Um, I think if you're unlucky enough to find yourself in that situation where you are looking at it as a legal offence, you're obviously in a world of hurt to begin with. I've been there, you know, hundreds of thousands of men have been there and continue to be there because essentially we can't sort our own shit out between the two parents. And that's the ideal, but of course, being, you know, living in the real world, sometimes that's just not possible. And the best thing you can do for the child is to get away from the other parent. But being a decent human being, you still want to be in your child's life, or you don't. I don't know how somebody could just say, look, I fucking, I'm done. Especially if you're already emotionally attached to the child. It's, I think, a cold heart that can turn around and say, okay, well, right, you know, I'm in the child's life, fine, I'm done. I'll just get on with my life the next day. So it's a really fucking complex issue. There's kind of like 1,000 issues before you're actually
Yeah.
seeking parental alienation. But there's a lot of mitigating factors. But it is a real thing. It's tricky in Ireland because I think it's recognized in Sweden. You look at the most progressive countries in Europe, that's where you're going to find most of the research done on it and the outcomes of court cases and stuff like that, if that information is available in those countries. But that's where you will find it. In Ireland, it's a relatively new thing. There's one particular professor, again, I think, who has his professorship is in Denmark or something like that, but he's an Irish citizen and he does operate within the Irish system. He's the kind of the go-to guy on it, the expert. But even he who would, you know, expound the theories is again very hesitant to actually make the calling and say, yes, this is an actual case of parental alienation. The courts here won't even entertain the word. They put out a guideline to all courts and all from came from the High Court to all courts throughout the land and all solicitors and barristers who operate within it, specifically not to refer to alienation within the court system, rather to talk about it in terms of estrangement.